Yeah. Hi. Hello, everyone. This is Shanmugaraj. Welcome to my channel. One of the aims of this channel is to build a global knowledge sharing platform in the domains of leadership, agile, and project management. You can help me with that either by subscribing to my channel or sharing my videos with your friends who are in need of it, right? So, having said that, let us get into today's topic. Currently, we are discussing some of the leadership ideas from MIT Sloan School of Management. Today's topic is how to hire and support more women in your organization. MIT faculty and industry executives share research and advice for removing gender based obstacles within the organization. This particular article published in July 2023 by Meredith Somers. For the first time in the industry, for the first time in the history of Fortune 500, women are leading 10% of the United States' largest companies by revenue. This milestone is worth recognizing, but can also serve as motivation to continue moving the dial when it comes to women's representation in leadership positions. The following research and actionable advice shared by MIT faculty and industry executives can help organizations recognize gender bias and clear a path for women to make the most of the workforce opportunities. The first advice or a first recommendation from MIT is avoid lazy language when evaluating candidates. Have you ever heard a female candidate described as not a good fit or too emotional when your organization was looking to hire someone? That is an example of lazy language and its micro iniquity that can work against women. It's really vague and it's really non-specific, but people say it as though it is truth and fact, said Lori Marcus, one of the six members of the Band of Sisters, a group of PepsiCo alumni and co-authors of the book "You Should Smile More: How to Dismantle Gender Bias in the Workplace." During an MIT Sloan panel discussion about allyship, Marcus said there are three things to remember in these instances: situation, behavior, and impact. If someone refers to a woman as being too emotional, have them explain the situation that prompted that perception, then ask the person to describe the specific behavior they witnessed. As the person describes what happened, they will either realize that the woman's response was not inappropriate or that the impact of the perceived behavior should in fact be addressed. The second advice or recommendation to attract more women: do more than just tweak job posting language. Past research has encouraged companies to remove gendered words like committed feminine or determined masculine in favor of neutral words in online job description, a practice designed to attract more gender diverse pool of job applicants. But a new study from MIT Sloan professor warns against relying too heavily on this approach. Our findings reveal that both the language used when posting jobs and gender of the recruiters have no effects that matter in practice on how women and men behave during recruitment. Castilla and Rowe write, we caution that the practice of simply altering the language of job descriptions may not necessarily help organizations address diversity issues. The researchers advise hiring managers to instead pay attention to the information that is already out there about their organization or about the open job. If the perception of an organization is favorable, but the gender diversity of application is still imbalanced, recruiters and hiring managers might want to consider trying to identify untapped talent pipelines such as women's colleges or professional women's groups or associations. The third advice or recommendation is to follow the lead of women who have overcome barriers in their industries. What should have been a celebration for Cara Silvedo when she joined Salesforce in 2019 ended up serving as an excuse for self-inflicted negative thoughts. I'm a Brazilian, so moving to US, joining a big corporation like Salesforce was my dream job. But I also had imposter syndrome weighing on me, said Silvoda, director of professional services at the software company. I have an accent. I don't have a tech background. Silvada was one of the several managers who joined an MIT Sloan executive education webinar to share their experience of overcoming challenges with the help of allies and discuss what they're trying to help those behind them. Despite her insecurities, Silvado said she eventually overcame them by reframing her differences not as a negative features that she needed to change, but rather as qualities that help her stand out. I am Latina and a woman in tech, so not a lot of rooms have many people like me. I stopped seeing that as something that I needed to overcome. Instead, I saw that as a value that I can bring this table, right? Finally, encourage employees to have a healthy relationship with power. When it comes to the gendered imbalance of power in organizations, it's tempting to look at the people at the top and try to develop the same skills they have in the hope of replicating their accent. But MIT Sloan researchers Elizabeth Johnson and Fiona Murray suggest alternative avenues women can take to reach the next level of leadership in their careers, including the following two ideas. The one is draw energy from yourself and your organization. Think about the impact you want to have and why you are the right person to lead that change effort. That way, you are not just talking about yourself, you are talking about the journey you want to take with your team and for your organization. All of which can be energizing and doesn't have to be an either or situation, right? The second thing is amplify voices and let people do their best work. It's all about leaders needing to step up and be really clear about what is expected of people so that they can then step back and let those other people make decisions and do the work that they ought to be doing it. With that, we have come to the conclusion of this video. Hope you guys got good ideas. How do you improve our women workforce in our organization? MIT given 3 or 4 ideas that we discussed in this video. You can try to make use of those ideas in our organizations, right? We talked about avoiding lazy language, going to a specific women colleges or a professional women groups, right? So some of the ideas might be really useful in our organization, right? So hope you guys like these kind of videos that bring different perspectives in our leadership landscape and might help you in our career as well, right? So with that, I'm signing off. See you in the next video.